Guys, can you hear me? Am I audible? Can you hear me, guys? Am I audible? I hope my screen is visible, right? Yes, no,
Yes, yes.
right. Okay, so let's get started. Today, we are going to discuss about file system hierarchy. It's a very, very important chapter, guys. Without knowing file system hierarchy, it's a bit difficult to you people to understand the Linux session, right? Got it? Linux operating system. Please focus on it, okay? So usually, most of the people directly they are going to start with the file system hierarchy. So if I'm trying to teaching like that, maybe you are unable to understand, right? So that's why what I'm going to do in the sense, first of all, we'll discuss about Windows. So you know very well about Windows, right? So you have some idea about Windows. So each and everybody, they're using Windows operating systems only into their laptops. So that's why. So I am trying to teaching about Windows. Then later we are going to discuss about Linux file system hierarchy, right? Then you are going to get one clear idea, right? So how to install the Windows operating system into our laptop? Do you have any idea? Already we done installation, right? So, but we did installation into VMware Workstation. Yes, no. We did installation into VMware Workstation. But how we need to install the operating system into our laptop, into our desktop? Do you have any idea, guys? Yes. For example, you have a desktop. In your desktop, the operating system is got corrupted. Operating system, it got corrupted, right? So you need to reinstall the operating system into your desktop. So what we require? Pre-requirements. Yes, guys. First of all, we require DVD or pen drive. That's it, no? So DVD or pen drive, right? Next, we need to download the ISO image. For example, we are trying to installing Windows 10 or Windows 11 operating system. So what we need to do, we need to download Windows 10 operating system ISO image. ISO image we need to download. So with the help of this ISO image, using few third-party applications, we are going to create bootable DVD or bootable pen drive. So bootable DVD or bootable pen drive we require. Say in old laptops, in old desktops having DVD drive, so we can create the bootable DVD with the help of Nero Burning Room like this third-party applications. So how we need to create the bootable pen drive? So using Windows 10 ISO image with the help of one third-party application called Rufus. So it's a very famous application to create the bootable Windows bootable pen drive. So that is called Rufus. Okay. So clear. So then after creating the bootable pen drive, what we need to do? We need to connect the bootable pen drive to our system or PC, whatever. I hope you got it, guys. So we need to insert the bootable pen drive or bootable DVD to our system, right? Then what we need to do? We should reboot. We need to reboot the mission. So after rebooting, you're going to get one option like F1, F2, F3 like this to enter into the BIOS. We should enter into BIOS, BIOS, Basic Input Output System. So basic input output system, it's a one firmware. It's located inside the motherboard. We have one small ROM chip. Inside the ROM chip, we have BIOS, basic input output system. How we need to enter into BIOS? After rebooting the mission, so we have few function keys. For example, F1 to F12, right? So few function keys we have. It's depend on your motherboard manufacturer, means it's depend on your vendor. It's depend on your vendor, means it may be Lenovo, it may be Dell, it may be Asus. Different laptop, it having different function keys to enter into the BIOS. So few laptops it having delete key, so delete key as well as escape key also. Escape key also, right? So delete key or escape key. So whatever if you want to can use. So it's depend on your motherboard manufacturer. So they are going to use few keys, function keys or delete key and escape key to enter into BIOS, right? Inside the BIOS, we have an option called boot. Okay. Inside the boot option, we have few options called first boot, second boot, third boot, fourth boot like that. So we need to select first boot option. There we need to select pen drive. I hope you got it, guys, right? So what we need to do, we should create the bootable DVD or pen drive with the help of Windows 10 ISO image. Then we need to insert the pen drive or DVD to the system. Then we should reboot. And then after rebooting, you are going to get the BIOS function keys. With the help of that function keys, we need to enter into the BIOS. Inside the BIOS, we have one option called boot. Inside the boot option, we'll have first boot. So there we need to select our bootable device. It may be DVD, it may be pen drive according to your requirement. Okay. So next, so what we need to do? So we need to save the settings. We need to select the pen drive. What we need the modification into the BIOS, we need to save, right? So how to save? F10 is an option to save. F10 is option to save. Then finally, we need to reboot the machine. So we need to reboot the machine. So from next time onwards, it will start with the help of pen drive. Mission, it will start. It will boot. Start, boot, both are same. So boot means technical language. Start means human language, layman language, right? So it is going to boot with the help of pen drive, right? So where we are going to install the operating system into installation destination. So which device is an installation destination, guys? Already we discussed while we are installing the Linux operating system into VMware workstation. So which device is the installation destination? Hard disk. Hard disk is a secondary storage device. This is an installation destination, right? So now the operating system, it is going to install into our hard disk. It may be 1 TB hard disk, it may be 500 GB hard disk, it may be 2 TB hard disk, whatever it may be. So we are going to install the operating system into our secondary storage device that is called hard disk. Let's see here. This is our hard disk. So clear. So inside the hard disk, so we are going to install Windows having one good feature, guys. Windows having one good feature. Automatically, it is going to assign the drive letter for device. C drive, D drive, E drive, so F drive, like this. Automatically, it is going to assign the drive letter. C is a drive letter. C is a drive letter. Why we require drive letter? To identify the device. To identify the device, we require drive letter. For example, I need to call you people. If I don't know your name, how I am going to call you? How I am going to communicate with you? Like the same way, in our laptop, in our desktop, especially if you're using Windows operating system, so this Windows operating system, it is going to assign the drive letter for secondary storage device, for hard disk C drive, for pen drive D drive, so for DVD E drive. Like this, automatically, it is going to assign the drive letter for that particular device to identify the device. I hope you got it, guys. Inside the C drive, we are trying to installing the Windows 10 operating system with the help of pen drive, right? So now my question is, why C drive? Why not A and B? Windows, it will support A to Z, more than Z also. Okay. So Windows operating system, it will support A to Z. So why by default we are getting C drive? Do you have any idea, guys? Yes. What about A and what about B? So Windows, it will support A to Z drive letter concept, right? So what about A and what about B? Why hard disk it having C by default? A and B, it's reserved for floppy drive. A and B, it reserved for floppy drive. Do you have any idea about floppy drive? If you doesn't have the idea about floppy drive, I will show you few images from internet. So A and B, it's reserved for floppy drive. So we have two types of floppy drives, guys. One is normal floppy, another one is double density floppy. One is normal floppy, another one is double density floppy, right? A for normal floppy, B for double density, like this, it is going to assign. C, it's reserved for hard disk. C drive, it's reserved for HDD, hard disk drive. So I hope you're clear, guys. Yes, no? So why automatically it is assigning the C drive letter for hard disk? Because nowadays there is no and B, no A and B, because there is no floppy drive. No one they're bothering about floppy drive. It's a very old technology. Okay. So let's see, I'll show you how the floppy drive will be looking. So this is floppy drive, guys. Usually in our desktop, it will be looking like this. In our desktop, it will be looking like floppy drive. And this is floppy. So see here, we'll have different floppy drives, floppy diskettes. Okay. So I hope you got it, guys. Exactly what is floppy drive. So no one they're using. This is exactly. So we are going to insert the floppy inside the floppy drive. So I hope you got it, right? So now C is a drive letter for hard disk, because nowadays people they're using only hard disk. So automatically it is assigning the C drive letter for hard disk, right? So now my question is, where we are installing the operating system, Windows operating system especially, 99% people, what they are going to say, we are going to install the operating system into C drive. No, guys. We are not installing the operating system into C drive letter. C is the only drive letter to identify the hard disk. That's it. We are trying to installing the operating system into secondary storage device that is called hard disk. Okay. In Windows, we have one root directory that is called reverse slash. See. So that is called reverse slash. Inside this reverse slash, we are going to install the operating system. Each and every data, our personal data, official data, videos, photos, pictures, whatever it may be, everything we are going to install inside this reverse slash, not into the C drive letter. Just a C drive letter to identify the device. That's it. Okay. I hope you got it. For example, you have your home, right? So if you are trying to purchasing the home appliances like TV, washing machine, refrigerator, right, AC, right, those kind of stuff, where you are going to keep into your home, right, into your home place. But you kept one name call, maybe your home name, for example, so-and-so Nilayam, like that, right? I hope you got it, right? That is drive ledger. That is drive ledger. So clear. So forward slash your home place. So sorry, not forward slash, reverse slash. Reverse slash your home place. We are trying to installing the Windows 10 operating system inside the reverse slash, not into C drive letter. Just a C drive letter to identify the device, to identify the hard disk. That's it. So coming to Linux, we doesn't have drive letter concept, guys. Okay. In Linux, we doesn't have drive letter concept. So here we are calling C drive, right? There we are going to call mount point, remember. In Linux, we are going to call mount point. So now I'm trying to creating one more partition. For example, D. This is one partition. I hope you got it, right? So C, D. So why we should have the drive letter? To identify the partition. For example, in our home, we have multiple bedrooms, right? So you need to keep the, like maybe your laptop into master bedroom. How you are going to identify the master bedroom? With the help of that bedroom name, right? Like the same way, here, this is master bedroom C. D is another bedroom. To identify the bedrooms, we are going to use those drive letter. To identify the space from the hard disk, we are going to identify the block. Actually, we need to call block. To identify the block, we are going to use drive letter. With the help of the drive letter, we are going to store the data inside this block. So where we are going to store the data? Inside the reverse slash. So Windows, it having one good feature, automatically it is going to assign the drive letter for device. But where we are going to store the data, we are going to store the data into the reverse slash. Guys, most of the people, they don't know this one. Most of the people, they don't know this one. Even real-time people also, they don't know. Many people, they don't know this one. I hope you're clear as of now. So if you're having any doubts, any questions as of now, please. Now we are going to discuss about Linux file system hierarchy. So coming to Linux, we doesn't have any drive letter concept, guys. In Linux, there is no drive letter concept. We are going to call mount point. See here we have, that is called mount point in Linux. D is a mount point in Linux, right? Okay. So coming to Linux, it's a one hierarchy. It's a one tree structure we have. It doesn't have C drive, D drive, E drive like that. It's a one tree structure. Like the same way, tree, how it having roots, stem, and branches and leaves like the same way, right? So coming to here in Linux, forward slash is a top level directory. Forward slash is a top level directory. It's a parent directory for all other directories. Directory means folder. Directory means folder. Remember, in Windows, we are going to call folder. Coming to Linux, we are going to call directory. The terminology is different, both that same, guys. No need to get confused, okay? So here, we need to call directory. Forward slash is a top level directory. It's a one mount point for root directory, like C drive. How we have the C drive, like the same way we have forward slash, this is for root partition, okay? While we are installing the operating system, I think day before yesterday, at the time we did few partitions, right? Root, boot, swap, home, like that. Forward slash is a root. Forward slash is a mount point for root partition. Forward slash is a top level directory, okay? So forward slash is a top level directory. It's a parent directory for all other directories. If you want, you can call root directory. If you want, you can call parent directory. If you want, you can call supreme directory also. It's your wish. So usually we are going to call root directory. Forward slash is a top level directory, or if you want, you can call root directory. It having all other directories. I hope you're clear. Like Amirpet, guys. So for example, if you need to learn the course, IT courses, so which place is the best place in Hyderabad? Always Amirpet. In Amirpet, how many institutions we have? We have multiple institutions into Amirpet. Some XYZ institution, they are teaching Java. Some ABCD institution, they are teaching .NET. Some different institution, they are teaching DevOps. Some different institution, they are teaching AWS. Some different institution, they are teaching Linux, right? So like the same way, so top level directory is Amirpet. Inside the Amirpet, how many institutions we have? Multiple institutions we have. Like the same way, inside the top level directory, we have multiple directories. What kind of directories we have inside the top level directory? What type of services those directories providing for us? Now we are going to discuss. That is called file system hierarchy. I hope you got it, guys, right? So without knowing those old file system hierarchy, it's a bit difficult to you people to understand the Linux operating system, because while you're trying to installing the softwares, while you're trying to installing the packages, exactly where it is going to store. while you're trying to creating files and folders where it is going to store everything, we should understand. Without knowing the file system hierarchy, it's a bit difficult to us. So that's why please focus on it. So top level directory is a parent directory or root directory, whatever if you want to can say. Okay. Inside the top level directory, so like just like Amirpet, right? So inside the top level directory, we have multiple directories. It's one kind of tree structure, right? So here /ROOT, okay, /ROOT is a home directory for root user. /ROOT is a home directory for root user. It will provide the default work environment for root user. I hope you got it, guys. So /ROOT. So slash means forward slash. It's a top level directory. Inside the top level directory, we have one more directory that is called ROOT. So ROOT is a home directory for root user. It will provide the default work environment for root user. What is the meaning of that? Yes, guys. So /ROOT is a home directory for root user. It will provide the default work environment for root user. Yes. What is the meaning of parent directory? Means home directory. Yes, guys. Do you have any idea? Yes, no. /ROOT is a home directory for root user. It will provide the default work environment for root user. Yes. Default work environment means? Yes, no, guys. No idea. Right. Okay. So, for example, you need to attend the interview, right? Walk in. So, what you need, guys, for attending the interview, don't say pant, shirt, shoes, and those all stuff. Okay. So, what we require? We need resume, curriculum vitae, right? So, how you are going to prepare a curriculum vitae? Yes, guys. How you are going to prepare a curriculum vitae? So usually we are going to log in into our laptop. So we are going to open MS Word. With the help of MS Word, we are going to prepare the CV according to our requirement, right? And then after completing the CV, then you are going to save the document. So how you are going to save the document? We are going to use Control yes to save the document. Okay. Then we did, and then we close everything, right? Then after some time, I have remember I need to add few things into my CV. Then how we are going to open the CV? We didn't provide any location to save that particular document, right? Just we used Control S. By default, where it is going to save? Inside the user's document. I have login as a administrator. Then I have created few documents. Those all the documents it is going to save inside the documents folder, right? This document folder is a home directory for particular user. This is a default work environment for particular user, means root user or administrator, whatever if you want to can say, right? Like the same way, coming to Linux. So we log in as a root user. How many types of user accounts we have, guys? First of all, how many types of user accounts we have, we should know. Let's see here. Coming to Windows, we have admin user and guest user. Like the same way in Linux, we have root user, right? And normal user. I hope you got it, guys, right? Usually we have three types of user accounts. While we are discussing about user and group management concepts, at the time I will tell you what kind of one more user we have there, okay? At present, remember, we have two types of user account. One is root user, another one is normal user. Like Windows having admin and guest user. So like the same way coming to Linux, it having root user and normal user. Root is a supreme user. If you want, you can call root user. If you want, you can call admin. If you want, you can call supreme user. If you want, you can call whatever. If you want, you can call. Okay, this is it. So now I'm going to log in as a root user. Now I'm trying to creating few files and directories. Guys, don't call folder here. We need to call directory, especially who's keeping experience for them. Okay, terminology is a very important. So here we are trying to creating few files and directories with the help of root user. By default, those files and directories it is going to store inside the /ROT. /ROT is a home directory for root user. It will provide the default work environment for root user. I hope you got it, guys. Exactly what is the use of /ROT? Slash is a top level directory. ROT is a child directory. This is parent folder and it's a child folder, right? Next, /home. /home is a home directory for normal user. For example, I'm trying to log in as a normal user. I'm trying to creating few files and directories. Those all the files and directories by default is going to store inside the /home. I hope you got it, guys, right? So, guys, we can create 60,000 user accounts in Linux, guys, by default. Recommended more than 4 lakhs, but we can create 60,000 user account by default. For example, while we are trying to installing the operating system, at the time we did one user called student, right? So if you want, you can create one more user called Raju, Rani, whatever if you want, you can create according to your requirement, okay? So I hope you're clear, okay? So for example, assume this we have different types of user. Those all the users, it's try to creating some files and directories. So those all the files and directories, it is going to store into the /home. So one directory is enough, guys. Root user, it having separate directory. So while you are trying to creating the files and directories with the help of root user, it is going to store into the /ROT. But we have the many normal users. Assume this we have 10 to 20 normal users, right? Those people that try to creating the files and directories. So inside the /home. /home is enough. So it's a bit difficult to us to identify the particular user data, right? If you're having one directory. Yes, no. So that's why while we are trying to creating the user account, automatically inside the home directory, one more directory it will create called student. Okay. For example, root, I'm a root user. You peoples are normal user, for example. Okay. Now I have purchased washing machine, television, refrigerator, AC, etc., etc. So dishwasher and everything. I'm going to keep into my home. This is my home, right? So you people, for example, student Raju, Rani, Chunnu, Munnu, those peoples, they have purchased a few home appliances. If they have only one home, then how they can manage? It's a bit difficult for them, right? So that's why assume this /home is a one colony or otherwise gated community. Inside this gated community, you have different home. /home is a gated community. Inside the gated community, student user home we have. So student is a user. While we are trying to creating the student user, automatically inside the home, one directory it will create called student. If the student user is trying to creating the files and directories, those all the files and directories it is going to store into the /home/student. Like the same way, Raju user, while he's trying to creating the files and directories, the Raju user's files and directories it is going to store inside the homes Raju. Maybe Rani user, home Rani, Chunnu user, home Chunnu, Munnu user, home Munnu. Like this, it is going to store. I hope you got it. So this is a common place. Home is a common place, but according to your user's requirement, it will create the directory with username. So the user it is going to store the data into that particular directory. Okay. This is parent directory /. It's a child directory and it's a grandchild directory. I hope you got it, right? So clear. So root user, if he's trying to creating files and directory, those all the files and directories by default, it is going to store into the /root. Normal user, if he's trying to creating the files and directories, those all the files and directories it is going to store into the /root. So if you want, you can say like this in interview, /root is a home directory for root user. It will provide the default work environment for root user. /home is a home directory for normal user. It will provide the default work environment for normal user. I hope you got it, guys, right? Next. /BOOT BOOT contain bootable files. What is mean by bootable file, guys? Many people, they are going to say bootable files are corrupted like that, right? What is mean by bootable file? Exactly what it will do. Yes, /BOOT contain bootable files. So what is the use of bootable files? Sometimes in Windows, if you did improper shutdown, while you are trying to restarting the machine, you are going to get one black screen. There you are going to get few error messages. boot.img is missing, ntldr is missing, press any key to continue like that. boot.img, ntldr, those all bootable files. Okay. Without those bootable files, it's bit difficult to us to get the operating system. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'm going to provide one small general example, human related example. Then you are going to understand exactly what is bootable file. Guys, for example, assume this, we are trying to traveling from Hyderabad to Bangalore. I hope you got it. So we are trying to traveling from Hyderabad to Bangalore. So how you are going to travel from Hyderabad to Bangalore? By walk, I think it's not possible, right? We need one vehicle. It may be bus, it may be car, it may be train, right? It may be bike, so it may be flight. Yes, no. So we require one vehicle. Without vehicle, it's a bit difficult to us to travel from Hyderabad to Bangalore, right? So we are trying to starting from Hyderabad, means booting, right? So now we need one vehicle that is called ntldr boot.img. With the help of this vehicle, we are going to reach our destination called Bangalore. Like the same way, while you are trying to starting the mission, means computer, those bootable files, it will help to us like vehicle to reach our operating system. I hope you clear exactly what is bootable file. /BOOT contain bootable file. Coming to Linux, we have different types of bootable files. Let's see here. Inside the /BOOT directory, so we have multiple directories that is called grep2. grep2 is the latest bootloader. It contains grep configuration files and init ram fs images. Okay, it contains grep configuration file, init ram fs, and kernel images. Everything it's available inside the grep2. grep2 means grep second version. Okay, grep stands for grand, GRAND, unified bootloader. Grand Unified Bootloader version 2 in RHEL 7. Okay, RHEL 7.0, then 8.0, then 9.0. Those versions it having grep2, man. Okay, so grep2 contain init ram fs images and grep configuration files and kernel images. Okay, next, grep is a bootloader. By default we have into 6.0 version. Okay, in old version before 6.0, so we have 5.0, 4.0, 3.0 and 2.0. those versions having LILO, Linux loader, 5.0 version, 4.0 version, then 3.0 version, and then 2.0 version, it having LILO. Those all boot loaders, it contain bootable files. Bootable means a grep configuration file and kernel images. Okay. So while you are trying to starting the operating system at the time, so it is going to enter into the boot. So from boot, it is going to enter into the grub2. From grub2 kernel images, it is going to activate. With the help of kernel images, we are going to get the operating system login screen. I hope you got it, guys. /boot is our directory. Inside the /boot directory, so latest operating systems it having grub2. So 6.0 having grub, and old operating system like 5.0, 4.0, 3.0, and 2.0 having LIL. So 5.0, 4.0, 3.0, 2.0 operating systems having LIL. LIL stands for Linux loader. Right? Next directory. ETC. So ETC contain configuration files. Guys, blindly remember ETC contain configuration files. What is mean by configuration file? What is the use of configuration file? So do you have any idea? So ETC contain configuration file. Blindly remember. So someone, if they're asking to you from where we need to get the configuration files, in the sense blindly you can say ETC. ETC contain configuration file. Configuration file means, yes guys, do you have any idea about configuration files? Yes, no? So simple, guys. Now we are trying to creating one user account called student, right? Otherwise Raju, right? I need Raju details, Raju's information, whether it having login shell or not. So what is user ID of Raju? What is a group ID of Raju, right? What kind of home directory it having? Simply you can say Raju's property. So from where we are going to get the Raju's property? While you are trying to creating the user account, automatically the user related properties, it is going to store into one file. The file, it will be located inside the ETC. Inside the ETC, we have one file called password, PASSWD. Inside the PASSWD, don't worry guys, don't worry. For understanding purpose, I'm saying those all kind of stuff. While we're discussing about user and group management concept, what is ETC password, what is ETC group, what is ETC shadow, what is G shadow, everything I'll teach you, don't worry very deeply, okay? So clear. So at present, remember /etc contain configuration file, okay? If you need one more example, I'll tell you. For example, we are trying to deploying web server. So coming to Linux, HTTPD is a package for web server, guys. Okay. HTTPD is a package. Hypertext Transmission Protocol, D stands for daemon. Okay, D stands for daemon. I will tell you later what is daemon and those all stuff. This is a package we need to install into our operating system for web services, right? If you're trying to installing this package, so you are going to get three things. It will create one user account. It will create one home directory. It will create one configuration file. That configuration file where it is going to create in the sense inside the ETC by default. So what is the use of configuration file? According to our requirement, we are going to provide the permissions for web server. Maybe I need to allow this web services to someone. I need to deny the web services to someone. So I need to make few changes into web services. Those all kind of like configuration we can do with the help of configuration file. Those all the configuration files, server related configuration file, user related configuration file, everything is available inside the ETC. So just blindly remember ETC contain configuration files, right? Next. /bin contain normal user executable commands. How many types of user accounts we have? We have two types of user accounts. One is root user, another one is normal user. Normal user in the sense student, Raju, Rani, Shunamunu, those kind of users. So executable commands we are going to find from /bin. /bin contain normal user executable commands. So like the same way, bin stands for binary, guys. Okay, those all the binary files. It having commands, everything is a binary zone. Okay, so we have one more that is called sbin /sbin. So /sbin contain root user executable commands. Remember, S means super user, root user. S means super user. Normal bin is normal user. Okay, I hope you got it right. Sbin contain root user executable commands. Bin contain normal user executable commands. That's it, guys. Simple. Okay. So bin contain normal user executable commands. Sbin contain root user executable commands. So this root user is going to execute maximum all the commands, guys. So you can execute any command anywhere into our operating system. It may be bin commands, it may be sbin commands, root user, it is going to execute. But normal user, it having the access to execute only bin command. Inside the bin, normal user executable commands we have. Inside the sbin, root user executable commands we have, right? So bin contain normal user executable commands, sbin contain root user executable commands, right? Next, /USR. USR stands for UNIX shareable resources. And nowadays, few people, they are calling users shareable resources also. Maximum both are same, but the right answer is UNIX shareable resources. Got it? USR stands for UNIX shareable resources. If you search into Google, so Google, they're saying like few definitions called user shareable resources like that also. So, but whatever if you want, you can say your wish. But Unix shareable resources is a good thing, right? So USR contain program files. Okay. For example, in Windows operating system. Okay. So in Windows, you are trying to installing one game, guys. PUBG game, you are trying to installing into Windows. So this PUBG game by default, where it is going to store inside the C drive, we have one program files, right? Directory means folder. This PC, inside this PC, we have C drive. Inside the C drive, we have program files. There we are going to find the PUBG game folder. Inside the PUBG game folder, we can find the PUBG.exe file. Like the same way, while you are trying to installing any packages into Linux, guys, here we are going to call package. In Windows, we are going to call software, right? So here we are going to call package. So while you're trying to installing the packages, it may be server related packages like HTTPD. So it may be few commands, right? It may be few applications. Those all the applications and packages by default, it is going to install inside the /USR. So USR contain program files. Just remember, USR contain program files. Guys, you should not make a note. You need to make a note into your mind. This is very, very important, especially who's looking for Linux admin career. I hope you're clear. So you need to make a note into your mind, not into book. Okay. /USR contain program files. Okay. While you're trying to installing the software, while you're trying to installing the packages, so services, those all it is going to install inside the USR. USR contain program files. All the program files we are going to get from USR, right? Next, OPT. OPT. Optional for USR, guys. Okay. Optional for USR. /OPT contain third-party program files. Third-party program files. Clear? I hope you got it. /OPT contain third-party program files. For example, third-party in the sense, Now I'm trying to installing Ansible Tower. Who know DevOps, those people, they know about Ansible Tower. Ansible Tower is a third-party application. Okay. So we are going to get graphical user interface into Ansible Tower. While you are trying to installing like this application, those application it is going to install inside the /opt. Minimum 10 GB we need to provide for this one while you are trying to installing the Ansible Tower into Linux operating system. Simple. USR contain program files. OPT is optional for USR. Remember guys, OPT means optional only. So it's optional for whom? It's optional for USR. OPT contain third-party program files. USR, Linux related program files. OPT is a third-party program files. I hope you got it right. Next, dev is a directory. It contains device files. Okay, dev directory contain device files. Okay, guys, please focus on it. So because it's a very important, especially who's looking for Linux, who need to start the career as a Linux administrator. This is very important for them. Okay. So here dev directory. So dev contain device files. Okay. Device files in the sense. Yes, guys. Device files means pen drive, hard disk, processor, keyboard, those all devices, right? Whether the device it got detected or not, how we are going to find from Windows, we have device manager, right? Yesterday we opened device manager while we were discussing about processor information. So 4-core processor I have like that. This PC, right click on top of this PC and we have an option called manage, that is called device manager. So from device manager, we are going to find the devices, whether the device it got detected or not. Like the same way, coming to Linux, your hard disk, whether it is got detected or not, your pen drive, whether it is got detected or not, we can find from dev directory. So how we'll have the device manager in Windows, like the same way coming to Linux, we have dev directory. It contains device files, pen drive, hard disk, DVD, those files we can find. Okay. So I hope you have got it, guys. So simply remember, dev contain device file. It's like device manager in Windows. Next. Proc /PROC. Guys, proc full form process. Process word will have, right? So from process word, the taken first 4 letters. PROC. Proc contain background running processes. Proc contain background running processes, right? So inside the proc directory, so we have task manager in Windows, right? So with the help of task manager, we can find background running processes in Windows operating system. Like the same way, coming to Linux, we have /proc directory. We can find few background running processes. Those all virtual directories. Those virtual directories that is going to change keep on. Keep on it is going to change. Processes it is going to change. Background running process it is going to change keep on, right? So apart from background running processes, we can find CPU information and memory information also from proc directory, guys. For example, someone, if they try to asking to you, so what kind of like processor you are using, right? How much RAM you have into your laptop. So if you're having Windows operating system, it's not a big deal. So we need to right click on top of this PC and then we have properties there. We can get the properties, means information about RAM and processor. But coming to Linux, there is no this PC. There is no this PC in Linux. Then how we need to get the processor information and how we need to get the RAM information? With the help of few files. Those files, it's located inside the proc directory. Okay. So let's see here. To print the file content, we need to use one command that is called cat, guys. Okay. To print the file content. So we need to we need to use one command called cat. Cat is a command. Okay, I'm using hashtag. Hashtag means root use. Cat is a command. Slash space slash proc slash CPU info is a file name. Guys, please focus on it. Cat is a command. It will print the file content. Which file content? CPU info file content. You're going to get the CPU information. For example, if you're having i3, so it is going to provide the i3 details. If you're having i5, it is going to provide the i5 details. If you're having i7, it is going to provide the i7 details. Okay, so we are going to get the CPU information from CPU info file. Where it got located? Inside the proc directory. Directory means folder. Proc is a one folder. Inside the proc folder, we have one file called CPU info. We are going to get the CPU information from proc CPU. Okay. Next, cat proc mem info. So memory information like RAM, swap. Yesterday we discussed about swap, right? So RAM details and swap details we are going to get. So RAM details, then swap details. What is swap? Swap is a virtual RAM. RAM is a dynamic RAM. Swap is a virtual RAM. Okay. So where we need to use the swap partition, in which cases? So in general example, I am giving to you people. For example, as in this, you have one old desktop. In that old desktop, you have only 2 GB RAM, right? So with the help of 2 GB RAM, we are unable to get the good performance from our operating system. So that's why what we need to do, we need to increase the RAM space. So that's a very old desktop, right? We doesn't have the another RAM slot to insert the new RAM, right? Only 2 GB, more than 2 GB, we are unable to increase. In this case, is what we are going to do in this is to get the good performance. We are going to get some space from the hard disk. I have 100 GB hard disk, okay? So I'm going to get some space from the hard disk. I'll convert this space as a virtual RAM that is called swap. If the physical RAM, if it is full, the swap, it is going to support to the physical RAM. So we are going to get the good performance from our operating system. In real-time environment, see, few servers we have. Sometimes what will happen is the server, it is going to become slow. In this cases, immediately we are unable to purchase the RAM in real-time environment because we need to get the approval and we need to get the budget, then only we can get the RAM. So in this cases, what we are going to do in the sense, instantly, so we should not have the downtime in our server. So that's why we are going to create swap partition. The swap, it is going to support to the RAM. Virtual RAM is a swap. It is going to support to the dynamic RAM. We are going to get the good performance from our operating system. Recommended equal to RAM or otherwise double of the RAM. In RHEL 7.0, till RHEL 7.0 equal to RAM or double of the RAM. Coming to 8.0 onwards, they provided few updates. For example, you have 8 GB RAM into your laptop, right? Maybe 8 GB RAM. So you can give 4 GB swap, that is enough. More than 8 GB, how much if you having? Maybe if you're having 16 GB also, 4 GB is enough. No need to provide double of the RAM, like 16, 32 GB like that. So 4 GB is. I hope you're clear, guys, about swap. What is swap? Swap is a virtual RAM. Okay. So how we are going to create this swap partition? We are going to get some space from the hard disk. We are going to convert this space as a swap. The swap is a virtual RAM. If the physical RAM, if it is full, and swap, it is going to provide the support to the physical dynamic RAM. Then we are going to get the good performance from our operating system, from our machine, right? So I hope you're clear. Yes, no. So how to get the swap information and RAM information and CPU information? So we have a directory called proc. From the directory, we can get this information, right? Next. var, var, var contain variable data, /var contain variable data and log files. Inside the var, we have one more directory that is called log. Inside the log, we can get the login events. Login events, right? So var contain variable data and log files. So usually what is the use of log files? Guys, for troubleshooting. Suddenly you got some performance issue or some different issue into your operating system. So we are human only as an administrator. Administrator means he's also human, right? He need to identify the problem. So from here, from where he's going to identify the problem inside the var log. So what you are trying to executing the commands. So by what time you log in, by what time you log out, those all the information it is going to record it, where it is going to record it inside the var log. We can get the log files from the var log directory, log events, okay? By what time you log in, whether you log in successfully or not, right? So what type of commands you got executed, because of which command we got an error, means we got a performance issues. So those all kind of stuff we can find from the var log. Var contain variable data and log file. For example, by what time you send the mail, by what time you receive the mail. So like this information also we can get, right? So I hope you're clear about var log. Var contain log directory. Inside the log directory, we have the log events. Next, slash run. Guys, slash run is a new directory. So they introduced to us from RHEL 7.0 onwards. Run directory, they introduced to us RHEL 7.0 onwards. So run contain real-time data, running services, last boot information, and media. Real-time data, running services, last boot information, and media. Okay. So run contain real-time data, running services, media. Media means, guys, it's not TV9. TV9 and TV5, it's not that kind of media. Yeah. Our pen drive, pocket hard disk, those all the media we have, right? So slash run is a new directory. It contains so real-time data, running services, last boot information, and media. So media contain removable media. Removable media means pen drive, DVD, pocket hard disk, those all kind of stuff we have, that is called removable media. So I hope you're clear, right? So for example, if you connect the pen drive, then how you are going to open the pen drive in Windows? We need to go to this PC. Yes, no. We need to go to this PC. So inside this PC, we are going to find the pen drive letter. With the help of the drive letter, we are going to get the pen drive information, right? So here there is no drive letter concept in Linux, right? Already we discussed before. If you connect the pen drive or DVD or pocket hard disk, means external hard disk, from where we need to open that one? We should go to run. Inside the run, we have a directory called media. So from run media, we can get the pen drive, DVD, then external hard disk, pocket hard disk, and everything, right? So this is a mount point for removable media. This is a mount point for removable media. Then what is the difference between dev and run media, guys? Dev also contains device files. Run media also having devices. what is the difference between this PC and device manager? So in device manager, we can find the device whether it got detected or not, but we are unable to store the data with the help of device manager, right? Like the same way here also, we can find the whether the device it got detected or not here in dev directory. But coming to run media, we can save the data. We can retrieve the data from the device. That is the difference between dev and the run media, right? So I hope you are clear. Yes, no? Guys, I need response. So simply if you are sitting like this, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, I hope you're clear, right?
Yes.
So next, slash m and t contain nothing. It's an empty directory. M and t contain nothing. It's a empty directory. It doesn't have anything. Why we require this m and t? To create the mount point for any partition. Before we discuss, Linux doesn't have drive letter concept, right? Assume this, I'm trying to creating one partition in Linux operating system. Then how we need to use? So assume this partition in Linux, okay? This partition in Linux, okay? So Linux doesn't have drive letter concept, right? It is not going to assign any drive letter like C drive, D drive, E drive, F drive, G drive like this. We need to use M and T as a drive letter. Okay. So we should use slash M and T as a drive letter. We are going to create the mount point for this particular partition. With the help of this M and T, we are going to store the data into this particular partition. So simply you can say M and T contain nothing. It's a empty directory to create the mount point for any partition. To create a mount point for any partition. I hope you got it, guys, right? Next, lib, L-I-B, lib. Lib contain library files. Lib contain library files. Library files means in Windows we have DLL files, right? In Windows we have DLL files. So what is the use of DLL file? It is going to support to us to run the operating system, to use the operating system. Those all the files that will be available into the background. Without those library files, it's bit difficult to us to utilize the operating system. So lib contain library files and shareable objects also we can get. Okay. Next. So I hope you know very well about temp directory, right? Temp contain temporary files. Temporary files, right? Windows we have temporary files, right? Like the same way we have temporary files into temp directory. Next, slash SRV contain service, running service files. SRV contain. Slash sys contain system related file, operating system related. So those all files. So those all the like directories we have inside the root, guys. Okay. So I think it's time over today, right? So we have a few more things. If you okay, then I'm going to continue. Otherwise, we are going to continue from Monday. I think with paid link. So try to communicate to the management. You are going to get the link from the management. So from Monday onwards, the link, I think it is going to change, right? So please try to communicate to the concerned person, right? So they're going to provide the new link from Monday. So tomorrow, no session, right? So from Monday onwards, we are going to continue. So I hope you're clear about file system hierarchy. So we have few more things. If you okay, then I am going to show you. Otherwise, we'll discuss on Monday. So, right? Continue, Vicky. Right. Okay. So only hardly 5 to 10 minutes I'll take. Okay. Don't worry. So let's see here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. If you're having any issue, you can tell me. I will stop because I'm not going
No,
to.
sir, take it.
Okay, good. Remaining people's also it's okay for you, right? Good. So let's see here. From RHEL 7.0 onwards, they introduced to us few symbolic links. Okay. They introduced to us few symbolic links. Symbolic link means shortcut, guys. In Windows, we are going to call shortcut, right? So here we are going to call symbolic link. What kind of symbolic links we have? Let's see here. Guys, Linux is a very easy if you focus. It's easy than Windows, you know. Slash bin, already we discussed. Bin contain binary files, normal user executable command. This bin it having one link inside the USR. So bin is a separate directory, but it having one shortcut inside the USR bin because of backup. So we are going to get the information quickly. What is the use of shortcut? We are going to access the information quickly, right? Sbin contain, Sbin it's linked with USR Sbin, okay? Slash lib contain library files, it's linked with USR, okay? And lib64. Lib64 contain, lib64 means library file 64-bit files, okay? So it's linked with USR. See, bin it's linked with USR as bin, bin it's linked with USR bin, as bin it's linked with USR as bin, lib it's linked with USR lib, lib64 linked with USR lib64. So those are shortcuts we have. What is the use of shortcut usually? We can access the resources little bit quickly with the help of those shortcuts. No need to go to that particular location. So with the help of shortcut, quickly we are going to access. Like the same way here, we are going to execute the few resources quickly than old versions. From RHEL 7.0 onwards, they introduced us those shortcuts. So this is all about file system hierarchy. Practically, I will show you on Monday, right? Practically, I'll show you on Monday. So from where we need to get, otherwise, give me 1 minute. Just where it got located, whether we cover all the directories or not, we are going to check. Okay? So, give me 1 minute. Excuse me, guys. Because of climate, so I have some third thing. So already we done this installation server. I'm going to switch on this one virtual machine or on this virtual machine. Okay. Guys, maybe someone, if they missed the session, from Monday onwards, we have one more batch, 10 to 11. So better to attend into that batch, okay? So maybe if you miss few sessions, maybe initial sessions, demo kind of stuff. So better to ask to the management, they will inform to you people, like they will provide the link and those all kind of stuff from Monday onwards, right? So let's see, I'm going to log in with the student user. Now, don't worry, how we need to interact with this operating system, Monday I'll teach you. Just for verification purpose, I'm going to show you 2 things here. See, cd / means root directory. So we discuss about bin, we discuss about boot, dev, etc, home, right? Home directory we discuss, right? Home, lib64, media, mnt, opt. So this is genome related help, guys. So opt, proc, root, run, sbin, srv, sys, temp, usr, var, everything we discussed. And see guys, bin it having the link into usr bin, lib having the link into usr lib, lib64 having the link into usr lib64, and sbin having the link into the usr. So then I'm going to print out all the link files, then you can understand them. Don't worry about all the commands. I'll teach you everything. Don't worry. Okay. I'm trying to executing few commands for understanding policy. Those 4 links we have. Bin having the link into USR bin, having the link into USR bin, lib having the link into USR lib, lib64 having the link into USR lib64, and has been having the link into USR. So like that, we have the file system hierarchy inside the root directory. Those are all the directories we have, right? So this is all about file system hierarchy. So please watch this video once again, right? And then prepare a notes, okay? So guys, why I'm saying you need to prepare a notes like that in the sense, if you're doing like multiple times this work, you're going to fix into your mind. So that's why I'm saying, okay? If you need to learn Linux, you should do like that only. Then only you are going to understand, then only you are going to learn from it, right? So anyway, you are going to get the videos. You can watch the videos multiple times. Then try to remember everything, memorize everything, okay? So without knowing file system hierarchy, it's a bit difficult to us to understand the Linux concepts. Please try to learn those all stuff. Today's session is a very, very important session for Linux, right? So see you on Monday, right? So if you need like old sessions backup for you, right? So try to communicate to the management. They will provide the 10 to 11 link, and we are going to continue. So this class, okay, we are going to continue regularly. And from Monday onwards, backup classes also we have, then we can try to communicate with, okay, management will be provided. So thank you guys. See you on Monday. So bye. Take care.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, bye. Session usually at present we are discussing 1 hour, maybe not next month, and maybe like from 19th onwards. Give me 1 minute. So because every day if you are discussing 1 hour session, I think it's not enough to complete. Maybe from 24 onwards, I am going to conduct like 1.5 hour session. Okay? The course it will be taking like more than 30 days. 30, 34, 35 days like that. Okay. Yeah, welcome. So it's not like this. So maybe we are trying to discussing only a few commands, and then I'm going to complete the session. 30 days and 20 chapters we have. 20 chapters. This course it got inspired by official Red Hat. Okay, don't worry. I'm unable to provide those documents because of some, now, copyright issue. Okay, right? So what I'm trying to teaching to you people in our class, that is more than enough to survive in Linux. Okay, guys, I'm not covering any like services here. So who's looking for DevOps and AWS and then data science and then cybersecurity, for them this course is very, very useful. Okay. After this course, which course will be extended? So admin course also we have, but most of the people they're looking for AWS now. Okay. It's depend. Let it complete this one. I will tell you. I will guide you. Okay. Let it complete this course. And according to your requirement, then I'm going to guide you. It's not a problem. Okay. So proper guidance is a very, very important. Okay. You're working now? No, right. Okay, no issues. I'll tell you, let it complete this course. I'll tell you which courses are best. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys. So see you on Monday. So bye. Take care.